What is up YouTube? Today we're going to be comparing the LC10 and the MAC-10 and find out what is the best SMG to use to give you the edge over the enemy. We're going to be looking at the weapon stats, damage profile, best situation to use for these SMGs, the recoil control, and which weapon best pairs up with these SMGs as a secondary. But before we get into the weapon stats, if you haven't done so already, hit the like, subscribe and put on the bell notification on so you don't miss out on any of the future comparison videos that I will be uploading on this channel. Now let's go straight into the weapon stats, starting off with the rate of fire. So for the LC10, the rate of fire is 790 rounds per minute, whereas the MAC-10 has a whopping 1118 rounds per minute, which is super fast. For the reload speed, the LC10 comes at 2.20 seconds and the MAC-10 is at exactly 2 seconds. The ADS speed for the LC10 is 192 milliseconds and the MAC-10 is at 167 milliseconds. So looking at these weapon stats right now, it seems like the MAC-10 is the better gun. The MAC-10 also beats the LC10 in movement speed, which is 5.08 meters per second, whereas the LC10 is at 4.82 meters per second. But there's not much of a difference there. But the next stats I'm going to be telling you guys, this is where it starts to change, and we're going to be talking about the damage profile. Starting off with the LC10, the bullet velocity is at 400 meters per second and the MAC-10 is at 356 meters per second. So the bullets will be hitting the targets a lot more faster with the LC10. The damage delivered by both guns are very different, which of course affects the TTK. Now the LC10 does 48 damage to the head, which is more than what most assault rifles do. It beats the FFAR, which does 45 damage to the head. So 48 damage means 6 shots to kill. To the body, it does 30 damage, which is 9 shots to kill. The MAC-10 does 30 damage to the head and 25 to the body, which is 10 shots to kill. Clearly the LC10 hits a lot harder, but which SMG has a faster TTK? There's a huge difference between the fire rate, so let's explore this. So if all shots hit the player's head fired from the LC10, the TTK is 380 milliseconds, whereas from the MAC-10 it is 479 milliseconds. Now there is a little bit of a difference there. LC10 takes the win. To the body, LC10 can kill in 608 milliseconds, whereas the MAC-10 is faster at 533 milliseconds. Now obviously the body is much more of a larger surface area, so most shots will hit the body. So I've worked out if some shots hit the head and the rest on the body, which SMG has a faster TTK. If one bullet hit the head and the rest on the body, the LC10 kills in 532 milliseconds, which is 8 shots to kill. And it's the same if 2 bullets hit the head. If 3 bullets hit the head, it has a TTK of 456 milliseconds, which is 7 shots, which is faster than the MAC-10 if it hits all body shots. For the MAC-10, if 1, 2 or even 3 bullets hit the head, the TTK is all the same, which is 533 milliseconds, which is 10 shots to kill. So by just looking at these stats, it seems like the MAC-10 just wins by just 1 millisecond, which is not a huge difference. But if you get 3 shots to the head with the LC10, you're going to be taking down your enemy a lot faster rather than using a MAC-10. So the damage drop off is where it really makes a difference for me. So check it out. So the damage drop off for the LC10 is at 20 meters. So beyond that, it deals 40 damage to the head, which is still big, and 25 damage to the body. Whereas the MAC-10 damage drop off is at 15.5 meters and it only deals 25 to the head and 20 to the body. So by just looking at the damage drop off and how much it deals damage to the head and the body, the LC10 is a lot more versatile because you can actually use this SMG as an assault rifle. So we've compared the weapon stats and the damage profile stats. Now let's check out the recoil control and see which SMG is actually a lot more easier to control. I'm about 12 meters away from this wall, and with the LC10 it literally shoots straight up. It is vertical recoil, and with the MAC-10 it is very much identical to the LC10. So no differences between the weapons. It has exactly the same recoil control pattern. Now after looking at both SMG's weapon stats, damage profile, I am so drawn to the LC10. I definitely believe that this weapon is far better than the MAC-10. It hits harder. It has a better bullet velocity. It's so much more versatile. It does more damage than most assault rifles in Warzone, like the M4A1, the M13, the Kilo, the FFAR. And we all know how ridiculously strong the FFAR right now is in Warzone, and I'm telling you guys, and you're hearing it from me first, once the FFAR is nerfed to the ground, a lot of people will be using the LC10 SMG only because it is so versatile, and even above its damage drop-off, it does a hell of a lot of damage to the head and the body. And if you are thinking of running these SMGs in Warzone, I highly recommend using a long-range weapon like the LMG, such as the PKM, which has very low recoil pattern. Or if you're a sniper like myself, I like using the HDR, so I definitely recommend that. If you found this SMG comparison video valuable, please consider subscribing, turn the bell notification on so you don't miss out on any other future uploads. Now, let me show you the best attachments for these SMGs.